Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is the first part of What If Godlike Naruto was in fairy tale. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also go and support the author, link in description. Naruto Uzumaki, the current Jinchuriki of Kurama the Kyuubi and all 8 other tailed beasts, was considered the strongest ninja of his time. His former rival Sasuke Uchiha tied with him while Naruto held back and was exhausted from continued fights during the Fourth Great Ninja War. After the war, Killer Bee decided to split Gyuki Chakra in half and sent half inside Naruto along with the toe or tailed beasts, choosing to be sealed in their mutual Jinchuriki. This was due to their own words, "Oh, protect the Sage of Six Paths legacy." This, along with the return of Kurama's Yang Chakra, made Naruto something of a new Six Paths Jinchuriki, as he had the power of all 9 tailed beasts inside of him, along with half of the Hagomoro Chakra mixed with his own. Kurama had claimed to Naruto despite not having the Rinnegan, Naruto was for all purposes the true next Six Paths due to having the same philosophy as his creator and the power to back it up. Naruto had spent a year after the war learning several jutsu from each of the 5 main elements which he had an affinity for due to unlocking Six Path Sage mode. He also learned how to use the Flying Rasen from the 4th Hokage and 2nd Hokage notes, despite mostly using it for long distances or to escape with his allies. His speed in his various modes were noted to be comparable or surpassing the raw speed of the Flying Rasen. One day Hagomoro appeared to Naruto in a dream. "Old man Six Paths. How are you here? I thought Kakashi-sensei said you disappeared when I fought Sasuke." Naruto said in surprise as he waved his hand in front of Hagomoro, expecting it to pass through him. Hagomoro swatted his hand away, much to Naruto's surprise. The chakra left inside Madara's Juubi Jinchuriki body did indeed fade away, but you and Sasuke still have half of my chakra inside of you, so I am still able to manifest inside your heart. Hagomoro explained as Naruto looked skeptical. "Not that I don't mind talking to you, as who can say they got to talk to the Sage of Six Paths himself, Dadabia," Naruto said with a nervous tick, much to Hagomoro's amusement. "But why are you here?" Naruto asked, looking Hagomoro in the eye. "Naruto, it is time for you to learn of your destiny," Hagomoro said with a kind smile, seeing the confused look on Naruto's face. "Destiny? I thought I helped save the ninja world from your mother and help ninjas get along," Naruto asked with a head tilt. "Yes, that indeed was your destiny here, but you have a calling somewhere else," Hagomoro explained as Naruto's eyes narrowed. "Wait, it makes it sound like I have to leave the leaf," Naruto exclaimed in anger. "Yes, and not just the leaf but the elemental nations altogether, as this place you need to save is in another dimension altogether," Hagomoro said with a sigh, seeing Naruto's furious expression. "If it's in a new dimension, make Sasuke do it. He has the Rinnegan that can travel through dimensions like your mother could. Or if you need to me do it, have Sasuke pick me up so I can travel between the 2 worlds whenever I want," Naruto shouted in annoyance as Hagomoro gave a look of sympathy. "Forgive me. I should not have said dimension and implied it could be traveled at will. Rather, this new place is a different plane of existence altogether, so it will be a one-way trip only I can send you. Once you get there, there is no turning back. I do not know what will happen to your soul when you die, so it could really mean the end of your time here if you choose to go," Hagomoro explained bluntly, choosing to be honest for Naruto's impossible choice. Naruto frowned and spoke. "What about the tailed beasts? What will happen to them if I choose to go to this new world?" Naruto asked with a serious look. Before Hagomoro could speak, Kurama manifested in the dream. "We will go wherever you go since we are inside of you, Naruto," Kurama spoke as Naruto beamed at his leaf-long partner. "What about the rest of you guys? What do you think I should do?" Naruto asked as the other tailed beasts appeared in the dream. "I don't care what you do as long as I get to show why tanukis are better than foxes, hee." Shikaka chortled as Naruto and Kurama's sweat dropped. "Naruto-kun, I will support whatever actions you choose to do. In this new world you might find some new friends and perhaps a mate or 2. Matatabi suggested with a feline grin as Naruto's face turned crimson as he sputtered in response. Kurama and Hago Moro chuckled in good fun. Isabu and Seiken were content inside Naruto, so they didn't give much of an opinion. Sun stated he would go anywhere as long as Naruto didn't let himself grow weaker in times of peace. Kokuo stated his powers were Naruto's since he proved himself during the war. Komei cheerfully exclaimed with him sealed isn't he of Naruto, they were lucky, making Naruto laugh. Gyoi explained due the way the seal worked, regardless of what happened to be or Naruto, he would respawn at full strength wherever his siblings were, so he was interested in the new world. Naruto closed his eyes and thought carefully, and when he opened them he looked resolute. Before he could talk, Hago Moro raised a hand and said, I know you are wondering about your friends here and the chakra inside. Sasuke has already told him about the situation. Sasuke's message is knowing Naruto he will go where he can help others, so I will tell everyone to send their regards. Hago Moro claimed as Naruto gave a dry smile in response. I guess he knows me well. Alright, I will go to this new place. Naruto declared as the tailed beast sent a cheer in agreement. What do I need to know about this place and the problem it has? Naruto asked. This new place is called Earthland, with the country you will be landing on called Fiori. The land is filled with an energy called Ethanano, which is similar to the natural energy here, but instead of churka sustaining their bodies, mages have magic. Don't worry about the little things, but in the new land you will have all your powers and memories, but I will de-age a bit so you will have time to adapt to the new powers to be given. Look out for Acknowledge and Zref. Hago Moro explained quickly as he started during rapid hand motions with his staff, creating a portal. The portal glowed as in started to pull in Naruto, and in the real world his body started to disappear. Wait, old man, 6 paths. How young will I be and who do I look for? Naruto yelled as he started to get sucked into the portal. Look for Mavis Vermilion. Hago Moro yelled as Naruto cursed before he disappeared. That was mean, old man, not telling him everything. Kurama said with disappointment. The portal could only stay open so long anyways. I am sure Naruto won't mind going through teen years again. Hago Moro said with a smile as the tailed beasts disappeared in puff of smokes to their seals inside Naruto body. On Tenro Island. Thank you Hago Moro for our savior. He looks like a real troublemaker when he growing and a real heartbreaker when he is all mature again. Teehee. Mavis Vermilion said with a giggle as she picked up a sleeping 12-year-old Naruto Uzumaki. Mavis was a young-looking, blonde-haired woman with wavy long hair, a white dress and pink and noticeable no shoes. She had large green eyes, peach-colored skin and sing-like ornaments in her hair. Thus the era of the Naruto Uzumaki future Hokage was over, but the beginning of Naruto Uzumaki the magic ninja was about to begin. The year was X787, 7 years before Lucy Heartfilia would join Fairy Tail. 7 years later. Year X784. Man, I can't believe it has been 7 years since I arrived here, Databia. Naruto said with a grin as Mavis smiled fondly at him. Mavis, being a spirit, had not changed her appearance at all, but Naruto was now 1 year older than he was before he arrived in Earthland. He now stood a respectable 6'5" with a very muscular build. His yellow blonde hair had gotten slightly longer but retained its spikes, while his blue eyes still sparkled with mischief. His 3 whiskers on each on his cheeks gave him a wild look that Mavis claimed would wow the girls, much to his embarrassment. These years together have been some of the happiest I have had ever, Naruto. Mavis said with a smile but with a sad look in her eyes as Naruto hugged her close. Hey, this isn't goodbye, okay? Naruto said soothingly as Mavis wrapped her arms around his waist, burying her face into his chest. It is time for the world to know the awesomeness of Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto exclaimed with a fist bump, making Mavis pull away and giggle. Sure, Naruto, remember to say hi to the third master for me, K. Mavis requested as Naruto looked nervous. How do I prove I talk to you, as you are kind of a legend and Makarov Singong to believe willy-nilly a kid from nowhere has actually met and spent time with the first master on Tenro Island, Databia. Naruto replied with a sigh. Mavis made a letter appear with magic and put it in Naruto's hands and said this letter should explain everything, and if you need help just tell him about Fairy Tail greatest secret. That will definitely convince my godson that we met. Mavis looked determined at that and Naruto stared and nodded. Yeah, you told me only the guild masters know about that and it should be enough from him to at least hear me out and hopefully believe me when I see I am from a different world. Naruto thought to himself as he started walking to the beach. Mavis walked alongside him till they reached the water edge. Well, I guess 'tis is goodbye for now, Naruto. And remember, don't tell anyone else besides Makarov about meeting me. Mavis reminded him with a pout, making Naruto laugh. Right, see ya Mavis-chan, and here I come, fairy tale. Naruto declared as he walked onto the water as if it was solid ground. After a moment he ran, being little more than a blur, gently pushing the edge of the water away as he ran toward Harjin Harbor and then to Magnolia Town. Do you best, Naruto, Mavis said before she walked back into the forest, humming to herself. Meanwhile, on an isolated part of Tenro Island, unbeknownst to Naruto or Mavis, Ziref slumbered, partly awake but still asleep. Mavis, you play a dangerous game brining someone like Naruto Uzumaki into our world. Ziref mused. Natsu, my dear little brother, please hurry while I still want to die. Ziref prayed to his beloved younger brother as he closed his eyes in slumber. As Naruto in his base form zoomed across the ocean, he was little more than a blur to the visible eye. What would take normally several hours or even days for a boat to reach Harjin Harbor from Tenro Island, he reached in a matter of minutes. TCH. Kurama grumbled from inside Naruto's mind. What's wrong, Kurama? Naruto asked as he closed his eyes and let his body run on autopilot. If you were using my Churka or even Sage mode, it would take you seconds to cross the ocean, and yet you are wasting time just running at your normal speed. Kurama grunted, annoyed that Naruto was not using his chakra. Come on, Kurama. We are no rush, besides there is no point using chakra for a simple task like this. If I get hooked on using your guy's powers and not adapt on my own, I am no better than Madara was. Constantly using his Sharingan like it was nothing, and even using stolen powers like yours and old man first Sage mode. Naruto declared, making the tailed beast smile, knowing they picked the right host to follow. Naruto opened his eyes just as he landed on the harbor and he looked surprised. What happened here? Naruto wondered as the port was almost completely destroyed with smoke still rising in the air. This feels like fire magic but more focused. Maybe it's Fire Dragon Slayer magic that book Mavis-chan was showing me. Naruto mused to himself as he walked past the port to start walking towards Magnolia Town. Soon Naruto arrived in town with him feeling several forms of magic signatures gathered in what he assumed was the Fairy Tail Guild Hall. When he peeked through the door, he was kind of flabbergasted at what he saw. He was expecting a place where people gathered to find work in an orderly fashion, and yet what was inside was little more than a bunch of wizards brawling for no apparent reason. He saw a pink-haired man whose magic felt similar to the damage done to the harbor arguing with a dark-haired man whose magic felt cold, making Naruto think of ice. There was a busty brown-haired girl with a bikini top chugging a massive barrel of alcohol. He looked around and saw pure chaos as almost everyone in the guild hall was fighting someone else. He did take note of what appeared to be a talking blue cat, but his main focus was when he saw a beer bottle fly towards an unsuspecting white-haired woman in a red dress. Naruto thought, I gotta help Databia, as quickly moved and appeared in front of the white-haired woman with his arm around her back as he spun them around and smashed the bottle against his other hand, effortlessly causing the shard to be destroyed as well. The guild instantly became quiet as the unknown blonde had saved Myra without anyone sensing his presence and even holding Myra protectively while Myra was blushing. Excuse me. Thank you for the save, but you can let go of me now, Myra said sweetly in a polite tone of voice while her cheeks reddened. She couldn't help it if she found it was the sweetest thing the mystery man had saved her, and she could feel his muscles when she was held. She briefly looked into his blue eyes, which she could easily get lost in, and saw his whiskers, which to her was a perfect blend of cute and handsome. Myra Jane Strauss was a beautiful 19-year-old wizard, long white hair that reached her lower back with a small ponytail in the front. She had bright blue eyes and a slender figure. She was well known for her curvy body across Fiori due to modeling in Bikini Spread in Sorcerer Weekly. She was wearing a simple red dress that went well with her curves and large breasts showing a view of her ample cleavage. She was constantly in top 10 wizards you would want to be your girlfriend articles with her being considered fairy tale drawing card. Oh sorry. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, nice to meet you. Naruto said with a grin as he let go of Myra before he turned red as well. He was annoyed at being so flustered, but to him Myra Jane may have been the most beautiful woman he ever met. He had picked up a few Sorcerer Weekly magazines just to see what the culture was like, but he always remembered the white-haired model, and to his shock he was meeting her in the flesh. He could see why she was considered Fiore's top model. No problem. My name is Myra Jane Strauss, but you can call me Myra like everyone else. Myra said with a gorgeous smile, secretly rather pleased at Naruto's reaction. I am constantly told how beautiful I am, but Naruto-san's expression fills me with joy. Myra mused as she shook Naruto's hand. Okay Myra-chan. But please call me Naruto as I hate honorifics. Naruto declared, making Myra giggle. Sure Naruto-kun, if that is what you would prefer. Myra agreed happily as Naruto started looking around, not noticing how the entire guild was looking at him at shock. It was well known that Myra had a motherly personality and treated everyone like family, but she never used kun on any guy she had met. Do you guys know what is happening? Natsu asked cluelessly as Happy the Blue Cat shook his head. Natsu Dragneel was well known as Salamander due his Fire Dagon Slayer magic and his tendency to destroy buildings on his missions. Your guess is as good as mine, Natsu. Myra-cha is nice but never this friendly with any guy, especially with someone she just met. Gray answered as he shook his head, not noticing his shirt and pants were gone again. Gray Fullbuster was an ice make wizard who had an unusual tendency to lose his clothes without warning. Whoever the new guy is, he is kinda a cutie. Kana said with a wink as the guild side used to her flirty tactics. Kana Alberona was a busty brown-haired woman who wore a bikini top and capri pants. She used various forms of card magic. Nasan seems to finally found herself a real man. Elfman cried out with manly tears, much to the embarrassment of his younger sister standing next to him. Elfman Strauss was the younger brother of Myra Jane and older brother of Lysana. He was a tall, dark-skinned man who used various forms of takeover beast magic to change his form into beasts he had subjugated. Bro. Lysana complained as she rolled her eyes. She took a close look at Naruto, who was Logan with an amused Myra, and had her eyes widen. It can't be. Could it be him who saved me 2 years ago? Lysana thought to herself as she remembered a blonde-haired man saving her and healing her when she was wounded by her possessed brother. Lysana Strauss was the youngest sibling of Myra Jane and Elfman. She looked very similar to her older sister with the same white hair and blue eyes, but Lysana was taller despite being 2 years younger. A big difference was Lysana modest and petite measurements, while Myra curvaceous form had very large measurements. She practiced takeover animal soul magic. It might be good luck we are getting 2 members on the same say. Lucy-chan and Naruto-san, huh? I guess we will have to wait and see how they fight later on. Lovey mused as she studied the 2 blondes. Lovey McGarden was a young blue-haired woman with short and petite figure. She was wearing an orange mini dress that ended at her lower thighs and showed her shoulders. Lovey used solid script magic for various effects based on what she wrote. Naruto Uzumaki? I swear I heard that name before. Lucy said in frustration, blushing when Naruto turned around to see who spoke his name. My name is Lucy, by the way. She said, realizing she hadn't introduced herself yet. Lucy blushed when she saw Naruto up close with her, swearing she heard his name before and his face seeming familiar somehow. Naruto once again blushed when he saw Lucy up close. Despite not being a model in his opinion, Lucy rivaled Myra in looks and once again took his breath away. Lucy had short blonde hair which reached her neck and she kept styled to the side with a small ponytail. She had large brown eyes and a very curvy form. Naruto's perverted side from his godfather noted that her breasts appeared to be larger than Myra's. Lucy wore a sleeveless blue and white shirt and a blue mini skirt with a set of keys and a brown whip hanging from her hips. She also wore knee-length boots leaving part of her legs visible. Myra frowned when Naruto checked out Lucy but smiled again when Naruto asked where the Fairy Tail Guild Master was. Makarov made an appearance in his giant form expecting a fight but was shocked and relieved to see the guild hall relatively intact. What's this? 2 new members. Welcome to Fairy Tail. Please ask Myra where you want your guild mark. Makarov said with a grin as the guild cheered. Lucy soon asked for a pink stamp on her right hand but Naruto shook his head. Master Makarov, before I join I need to talk to you in private about something. Naruto said urgently as Makarov saw the conviction in his eyes. Very well, come to my office young Naruto and we can talk. Makarov said with a sigh. Naruto waved to Lucy and Myra before the door closed. So, Naruto my boy, what can I help you with? Makarov asked with a smile as he sat down at his desk in his private office. Naruto sighed before speaking. I might as well just say it. 7 years ago, I landed on Tenro Island and met Mavis Vermilion. Naruto said, wincing when Makarov's eyes narrowed. Naruto, I don't know whether you are mental or have trouble speaking the truth, but that is a very serious claim, especially since Fairy Tail First Master has been gone for nearly 100 years. Makarov said sternly as he stared intently at the whiskered blonde who shuffled his feet in nervousness. Damn it, I knew you wouldn't believe me, and I even told Mavis-chan that, but she thought this was somehow a good idea. Naruto ranted childishly as Makarov raised an eyebrow, and a small smile seeing Naruto all flustered made it almost seem like he was telling the truth. However, he knew Tenro Island had powerful magical barriers that only guild masters could penetrate. Look, she told me to tell you this. I know about Fairy Tail greatest secret Fairy Heart, or its code name Lumen Histoire. Naruto said seriously as he watched Makarov gape in pure shock. Where did you hear about that name? Makarov asked with eyes widened as Naruto spoke off the greatest secret of Fairy Tail and possibly the Huel itself. From Mavis-chan, of course. Naruto said with a grin as Makarov still looked shocked. She told me all about the start of Fairy Tail, her history with Zeref, and even what Fairy Heart can do. We had a lot of time to talk when I wasn't training on Tenro Island. Naruto explained fondly as Makarov tried to calm himself down at these revaluations. Naruto, you speak of information nobody except someone told by the first master could know, and I would like to believe you, but it is still rather difficult to believe you somehow ended up on Tenro Island and were trained personally by the first master herself. Makarov admitted, wincing at Naruto's crestfallen expression. What do I did to prove without a doubt I am telling the truth? Naruto thought to himself. Naruto-kun, the letter. Matatabi suggested as Naruto's lit up. I forgot. Thanks for the save. Naruto thought happily, getting a purr in response. Nibby you baby Naruto, too much, especially since he was just recently your Jinhyuki. Kurama grumbled as the other tailed beast snickered. That matters little, Kurama. He the one father believed in, and we do too. Besides, Yujito would have liked him too if she had lived, and perhaps dated him if he was a few years older. Matatabi mused as Kurama gave a look of annoyance. Yafu would have liked him too. Komei added happily. He got the respect of all our Jinhyuki, not just the female ones. Sun noted, sending a suspicious glare at Komei and Matatabi, who gave nervous laughs. While the tailed beasts were chatting inside Naruto, he was giving the letter created by Mavis to Makarov. Makarov quickly schemed the letter before looking up at Naruto with a smile. I suppose you are telling the truth, Naruto, as this letter was specifically made with the first master light magic and even included my relationship to her, which I have never told anyone else. Makarov said with a happy smile. That you are her godson. Naruto mused as Makarov nodded in surprise before realizing, they must have talked about it as well. The letter just said before you arrived on Tenro Island you were far away in another dimension? Were you in it, Elias? Makarov asked quietly as Naruto gave a confused look. Where? Naruto asked with a head tilt, never hearing that term before. Never mind then. Could you please tell me about your history? Makarov asked, looked curiously at Naruto. This planet is called Earthland, right? Naruto began, and seeing Naruto nod he continued. Well, the world I lived it is called Earth, and we use a different energy source called chakra to do jutsu, not ethanenyo for magic. Naruto explained as he also told him about his mission for Hagomoro, the nature of chakra and the rough estimate of his life on Earth. That is fascinating. To think there is another world out there where people don't have magic but another source of power that is completely different. It seems pretty surreal, to be honest. Makarov admitted after a minute. Naruto laughed and said, "You're telling me. 1 minute I am 18 in bed and next I wake up as a 12-year-old in a new world." Makarov joined in the laughter, and after a minute Makarov grew sad and serious. "Naruto, how did you find the courage to leave your home forever for a place you never knew?" Makarov asked softly, not knowing how anyone could choose to leave everyone they loved behind to help people they didn't know. "Hey, it wasn't a big deal or anything, right?" Naruto said with a nervous laugh, not wanting pity but he only saw empathy and sadness. "Naruto, you can be honest here and I won't judge you," Makarov said honestly, making Naruto smile, being reminded of his grandfather figure, the third Hokage Hiruzen Sarutobi. "I could do it because I knew I couldn't live with myself knowing I walked away from people who needed my help. Besides, Sasuke is still back at home and I know he will keep that promise and keep the world over safe while I keep the world over here safe," Naruto admitted with a few tears leaking until Makarov put his hand on Naruto's shoulder for comfort. "I don't know what to say, Naruto, but I promise you Fairy Tail will do everything it can to make this world as real a home as Tour Original," Makarov declared, getting a grin from Naruto. "Besides, thanks to coming here I got to meet Mavis-chan. She is super smart and fun to hang out with," Naruto said excitedly as Makarov looked amused at seeing someone describing the first master so passionately. "I never heard someone the first master quite like that, but how is Mavis-sama?" Makarov asked with a smile. "Mavis-chan was really bright and cheerful, but honestly I could tell she felt lonely a lot of the time," Naruto admitted with a frown. "She could have visited even if we couldn't tell them about her body. She is more than welcome in the guild hall," Makarov said quietly, looking down in some shame. "I asked her once why she didn't come down here to at least talk to you, and she said because those of us who are dead should be laid to rest, not mingle with the living. No matter what I said afterward, she would not budge, and I decided to drop the issue," Naruto said with a sigh as Makarov looked down with sadness. "What did you do during the 7 years before coming here?" Makarov asked, deciding to change the subject. "Well, the first year I adapted to using magic, and when I was 13 the fun stuff started to happening," Naruto began as he started chatting with Makarov. Meanwhile, in the guild hall, "I wonder what Blondie and the master are chatting about up there," Kana asked as she looked around her fellow guild members, who shrugged. "Your guess is as good as mine," Gray declared with his shirt still on for once. "I know I heard the name Naruto Uzumaki somewhere, but where?" Lucy thought to herself before she widened her eyes and shouted, "I remember." Everyone looked at the newest blonde in surprise at her outburst, making her blush. "Remember what, Lucy-chan?" Lovey asked her new friend with a head tilt. "Where I heard about Naruto from. Here, check it out," Lucy said excitedly as she got a recent copy of Sorcerer Weekly out of her purse. Everyone crowded around Lucy as she read from the article called "Where Is He Now?" "Hello everyone. Staying cool? This is Jason, your cool reporter." 6 years ago, all across Fiori was abuzz when rumors that the Magic Council had accepted a 13-year boy as S-class wizard. That would make this mystery boy the youngest in the history of Fiori. Nobody from the Magic Council would confirm or deny the rumor, but somebody did slip the name Naruto Uzumaki. Are these rumors true or something somebody made up? We'll report or when I have more cool details. Lucy finished reading the article out loud. "Wait, isn't Urza the youngest S-class wizard?" Natsu asked, remembering his childhood friend famous Titan title. "No. Urza was S-class when she was 15, which 4 years ago. If this Naruto really did become S-class when he was 13, he would be younger still," Lovey said in awe. The guild grew quiet as they took this in. I mean, what are the odds of it happening? We happen to find the mystery S-class wizard wandering into our guild out of nowhere. Gray said skeptically as several members nodded in agreement. Wait, listen. Naruto looks 19 now and 6 years ago he would be 13, which would match the rumors. Lucy insisted as Myro looked thoughtful. I wonder what Naruto had to do for the council to make him an S0 class wizard if he really is the same one from the legend. Myra said out loud as everyone started thinking of their own theories. Meanwhile, back in Makarov office. So, you had to fight a wizard saint and a high A class for your S-class test? Makarov asked in shock and outrage. Sure, the test was supposed to test a person, but fighting wizard saints, at least for Fairy Tail Guild members, was an outrage. Yeah, some blue-haired guy called Jelil and some earth wizard called Jura. Naruto said nonchalantly, feeling oddly touched at the concern Makarov showed him like a real grandfather. How did anybody in the Magic Council actually even sanction this? Makarov asked, still a bit annoyed. He looked confused when Naruto smirked. Well, you see, the Magic Council really didn't want to give me a test, especially since I was only 13, but I insisted, so this old geezer, I think Orc, decided to graciously offer me a shot by defeating 2 powerful wizards. He probably thought I would crap my pants and back out or lose, allowing the council to show of its power, but joke on him. Naruto said with a happy laugh as Makarov smirked, imagining those old geezers at the Magic Council. When I beat them, since Orc made a show of it, he had to honor it but tried to hush it up, which seems to not work. Naruto said with a wide grin. Wait, if you beat a wizard saint and a A-class wizard in combat, why didn't the council make you one? Makarov asked, confused, as he knew the council would want to try to keep Naruto under their thumb. Naruto expected a question like this and answered. Orc more or less said he didn't trust a guildless wizard with the responsibilities of a wizard saint, but would reevaluate if I become part of legal guild. Naruto said with a huff. Old bastard. Naruto murmured, getting a laugh from Makarov as they shared the same low opinion of the council. So how did you beat Jura and Jelil? Makarov asked after a moment. Jura was strong but slow with his earth magic, having times of recharge, so I just dodged and blasted him with my magic. Jelil was pretty good at hand-to-hand, but he was no match for my magic, so knocked him out pretty quick. Naruto said with a shrug as Makarov raised an eyebrow. Sure, he could easily beat them both. His experience, but for a 13-year-old boy who just entered their world just a year prior, was incredible. Although Jelil seemed odd. Almost like his power was not all there, I guess. It is hard to explain. Naruto noted as Makarov nodded his head. What are your magics, Naruto? Makarov asked, wanting to know. Naruto said with nervous hand on his head, most of my magic is too destructive to show you indoors, but here is the one I used to become S-class Sky Devil Slayer magic. He formed an aura of blue wind around his right hand, making Makarov look impressed. That is rather smooth control over wind, it looks like it can be rather powerful. Makarov noted, sensing its incredible power. Yup, it's magic to fight demons. I punched Jelil with it and used it in this form to cut through Jura earth magic. Naruto said as he focused Sky Devil Holy Magic Sword Excalibur. Naruto said as the wind in his hand changed form. After a moment it turned into a 4-foot one-handed sword with a white shining blade, blue aura surrounding it, dark blue guard and hilt. Imagine as if Chidori was running through it. Incredible, so majestic, and I can feel its power at close range. Makarov said in amazement as Naruto dispersed his magic. So, do I get to keep my class or do I have to take the test again? Naruto asked with a whine as Makarov looked thoughtful. If it was up to me, the Magic Council and Maeve-sama words would be enough, but I am afraid most of the guild will not take too mildly to that decision. So I think a battle test would be best. Makarov said after thinking it over. It's cool with me. Just means I get to have some fun testing my strength against my guildmates. Naruto cheered, making Makarov laugh. When it be? Naruto asked. I guess after our S-class wizard Urza comes back would be best. So she can witness your strength as well. Until then, feel to do some jobs or just relax and get to know your new family better. Makarov declared as Naruto smiled. What to do next? Naruto thought as they went to the door. Master, can I ask you something? Naruto asked as they walked to the door. What is it, my boy? Makarov replied, feeling little point not to answer what he wanted to know. Natsu is a fire dragon slayer, right? Naruto asked with Makarov nodding his head. I wonder if I am Sky Devil Slayer. Do you think there is a Sky Dragon Slayer counterpart? Naruto wondered as they both looked contemplative. Meanwhile at the Kate Shelter Guild. Eiko, a young girl, sneezed as she rubbed her nose. Child, you must take care of yourself. A snobby voice said in worry. Carla. I am sure I wasn't sick a minute ago. The young voice whined. Wendy, perhaps someone was talking about you from far away. Carla mused as Wendy looked up. Wendy Marvel was a young 12-year-old girl. She had petite figure, dark blue hair that she kept as two long pigtails reaching her waist. She had big brown eyes, sharper canine teeth from being a dragon slayer, and her guild mark on her right shoulder. She wore a simple green dress with a yellow and blue pattern. She used Sky Dragon Slayer magic both for combat and healing purposes. Carla was a white cat who could talk and fly using arrow magic, sprouting wings on her back when she chose to fly. She had pink ears and brown eyes. She wore a red skirt and yellow coat with a pink bow on her neck and tail. Maybe it's a future friend. Wendy asked hopefully, as she didn't know anybody outside her guild besides a boy called Jelil, but he left some years ago. Perhaps as long it's not a boy who tries something with you. Carla warned, making Wendy frown. Carla, if you keep talking like that, I won't be able to make friends if you scare them off like that. Wendy chided while Carla merely huffed. I am merely worried about you, child. You are far too young to be dating or thinking about boys like that. Carla said soothingly as Wendy's face turned scarlet. Dating? Wendy squeaked as she was still very much a young teen in heart and body. Anyways, Wendy said, shaking off her embarrassment. Maybe this will be the lucky year where I make a lot of friends. Wendy asked hopefully. Maybe you shall. Carla said with a smile. Back in Fairy Tail. Whoever that Sky Dragon Slayer is, hopefully they are not as destructive as Natsu. Makarov said with a shudder. He's that bad? Naruto asked with a sweat drop. You have no idea. Anyways, I think 'tis time you are properly introduced to your family. Makarov said, not missing the smile on Naruto's face. Yosh, let's do this. Naruto said with a grin as they opened the door back to the guild hall. Everyone meet Naruto Uzumaki, our second new member. Makarov shouted with many cheers coming back. Naruto smiled, happy to see so much camaraderie among the guild. Let's get a drink. You are a real man. Fight me. Looks like we got another newbie to babysit. Were several of the cries Naruto picked up, making him sweat drop, especially at the last remark. Now Naruto, go to Myra and she will get you a Fairy Tail Guild stamp to make it official. Makarov told him as he went to the bar to get a drink. Naruto walked to the center where Lucy and Myra grinned at him. Congratulations, Naruto-kun. Where would you like it? Myra asked him with a smile. Naruto rubbed his head in embarrassment at all the attention and asked Lucy, where did you get yours, making Lucy blink in surprise. On my right hand. She told him, showing the pink mark as he thought to himself. Where do people typically get it? Naruto asked, not wanting to stand out too much. Oh, the guild gets it anywhere they want, the shoulder, chest, hand, anywhere. In matter of fact, we have a member who has it on their tongue. Myra told him airily. Seeing him think hard, she saw an opportunity. Naruto-kun, can you guess where mine is? Myra asked with a smirk. Where, Myra-chan? Naruto asked nervously, seeing a beautiful but deadly smile on the model's face. Myra leaned and whispered in his ear in a hot, seductive tone of voice, on my thigh, would you like a peek? Naruto turned bright red with a small trail of blood running down his nose as Myra smirked in victory. The reactions in the guild were amusing, at the very least to Myra. Makarov giggled like a schoolgirl at the scene, Kana whistled in appreciation, Romeo turned bright red, Wakakba started crying, Lovey looked on in disbelief, Gray raised an eyebrow, Natsu shrugged, Lucy gritted her teeth in annoyance, Elfman started shouted how manly Naruto was and Lysana looked at her big sister in shock. Mirane doesn't really flirt at all, so could it possibly she really likes Naruto-san? Lysana whispered to herself in disbelief. She was not blind to how popular her big sister was or how uninterested she was to dating. Myra-san is mature. Lucy thought dreamily while another voice screamed, how dare she flirt with Naruto so blatantly. I think on my hand is quite alright, Myra-chan. Naruto said nervously once he got control of his perverted nature. Orange would be cool. Naruto added, realizing he could choose the color. Whatever you say, Naruto-kun. Myra said with a smile as she stamped an orange mark on his right hand. The guild cheered again before Natsu ran up to Naruto with a grin. Now you are a part of Fairy Tail, I wanna know something. Natsu said, ignoring Lysana telling him he was rude. Are you the Naruto Uzumaki who became S-class at age 13? He asked loudly, making the guild dead silent. Yeah. Naruto said with a nervous tooling of his hair in embarrassment. The guild converged on him in excitement and started talking all at once. Luckily Makarov whistled to get the guild attention. Listen up, you brats. Yes, Naruto is youngest S-class wizard and I do plan to let him keep his class here as well. Makarov shouted as several members grumbled instantly. Myra, Lovey, Lucy, and Elfman seemed fine with it, but most other guilds started shouting how unfair it was. Come on, Gramps. How come he doesn't have to take the test like the rest of us? Natsu shouted with Gray, Wakaba, and Kana agreeing. Naruto sighed and shouted, look, I get where you are coming from, so I agreed with Master to do a mock test when Urza comes back where I fight some of you guys, so you can see it wasn't luck that got me this class, okay? This got the guild to calm down while Myra gave a look of sympathy for having to prove himself to the guild on his first day. So what kind of person is Urza anyways? Naruto asked curiously as he read on every member before he got the guild. Urza is my rival. Myra said, WTH, a furious stare making Naruto raise an eyebrow. Urza-san has beautiful red hair. Lysana added, making Naruto smile. Urza is scary. Natsu claimed, making Naruto look confused. Urza is kinda tough on us. Kana explained, making Naruto a bit nervous while Lucy had an imagine of a monster in her head. Lysana walked up to Naruto much to his confusion. Can I help you? Naruto asked politely. Naruto-san, were you the person who rescued me 2 years ago? Lysana asked seriously, looking at Naruto directly in the eyes. The guild grew quiet as Natsu's eyes widened while Myra and Elfman looked urgently at Naruto. You noticed, huh? Yeah, I was there when you were injured and I merely healed you body and made sure your siblings could find you. Naruto said, trying to downgrade his contribution. Natsu did a quick bow and said, thank you for saving Lysana's life that day. I don't know if my life would be the same if she died that day. This made Lysana blush while Naruto waved the thanks off with a grin. Naruto, you are the greatest man ever. Elfman declared as E gave Naruto a bear hug that made the guild laugh. Haha, you're welcome, Elfman. Naruto said, patting the sobbing man on the back until he let go. Thank you for saving my life and making sure my siblings weren't alone. Lysana said sincerely as she gave him a quick but warm hug. Naruto hugged her back and patted her on the head, making her pout. You're welcome. Naruto said simply but raised an eyebrow when she looked somewhat nervous. Naruto-san, can I call you Naruto-ni? Lysana asked with her face looking down. This surprised Naruto as he never had siblings but made him happy as well. Of course Lysana, if you want to, I won't stop you. Naruto said with a smile. Myra walked up to Naruto and simply buried herself in Naruto's arms in a tight hug, crying slightly, thank you for saving my little sister's life. Myra said in heartfelt cry. Myra-chan, I will always try to help anyone I can. Naruto said softly as he hugged the white-haired beauty back. Myra pulled back after a bit and smiled at Naruto before Makarov told them to stop gawking. After the excitement of Naruto's announcement and the prospect of seeing him fight, the guild organized themselves into various smaller groups. Naruto had decided to stay with the lovely Myra at the bar, much to the ire of certain males and females. Makarov was at a table by himself drinking his headaches away when the young Romeo went up to him. "Master, it's been a week since my dad went on his last job. Something must have gone wrong," Romeo insisted with a plea while Naruto looked on with sympathy. "Romeo, your father Macau is a wizard and sometimes jobs take longer than expected," Makarov said patiently while setting down his mug. "But master, what if something went wrong? Can't you send someone to Mt. Hakobi to check?" Romeo insisted while Makarov sighed. "All right, since we got some new members, I think Lucy should go on this mission as her first step into the life of a fairy tale wizard," Makarov declared while Lucy looked horrified. "Me?" Lucy squeaked, scared of going to a mountain by herself. Luckily for her, Myra and Lovey both had similar concerns. "Master, it would not be right to send Lucy on her mission alone," Myra chided while Lovey nodded her head furiously. "I suppose you are right," Makarov conceded, making Lucy sigh in relief. "Who wants to join Lucy on her first mission?" Makarov yelled as several members looked interested. "I will, master," Naruto declared with Lucy looking awestruck while Myra frowned. "Naruto, I believe it is best if you do not go on this mission," Makarov said seriously while Naruto growled. "Why not?" Naruto asked with a glare. "If you and Lucy make googly eyes at each other, it could compromise the mission." Makarov tried to explain seriously, but his pervy grin quickly dispelled the reason. Lucy and Naruto blushed and quickly looked away from each other while the guild laughed heartedly at the new member's expense. Myra, however, tightened her fist and eyes darkened briefly but returned to normal before anyone saw. "Natsu, you brought Lucy to the guild, so you should be able to work well enough together, so you two should go on this mission," Makarov declared. Lucy looked disappointed but shrugged her shoulder while Natsu looked excited. "Gramps, you can count on me. I am all fired up," Natsu declared as he, Happy and Lucy went to the entrance. "Bye, Naruto. See you when I come back," Lucy said warmly with a wave. "See you, Lucy. Have fun," Naruto said, waving back. "Master, what should I do until Urza comes back?" Naruto asked, referring to the test. Feel free to do a job while you wait, how about this one?" Makarov replied, handing him a flyer. Naruto looked at the quest with a grin and said, "Perfect. I am heading out now." "Wait, I can't have my new members unescorted on their first jobs here, so you gotta take someone from the guild to go with you," Makarov told him. "Alright, who wants to go with me on an A-class job?" Naruto said widely. Most of the guild looked eager at the prospect of an A-class reward and seeing the new guy in action. However, before anyone can volunteer, Myra slid next to Naruto with a grin. "I will be happy to, Naruto-kun. I have some free time right now, so how about it?" Myra asked with a wink. "Of course, I will be happy to take you with me, Myra-chan," Naruto said with a massive smile as they left the guild together with not even a foot of space between them. Wow, I don't think I have ever seen Myra-chan take a job with anyone except her siblings. "How about you, Lisanna? Does Myra really do jobs with anyone else?" Gray commented in his boxers. "No, Myra usually refuses to go on any jobs nowadays and simply models, but the one time she and Urza-san happened to meet up with was a disaster," Lisanna acknowledged with a wince. Kana laughed and said, "Myra has it hard for the new guy. I can see why, but he's not really my type." Too bad. Lucy also looked interested too. Kana was incredibly pleased at the drama, making everyone's sweat drop. "That lucky devil. To take the hearts of two our guild's maidens. My heart is broken," Loke declared dramatically, putting a hand on his heart for added effect. "They probably wouldn't date you if Naruto wasn't here," Lovey told him, drily, making his head collapse in defeat. Meanwhile, on a train to West City, Original town sucky name. So Naruto-kun, what is the job we have to do? Myra asked with a cute head tilt. They were seating in a private booth with various sandwiches and drinks in front of them. Let's see. A-class job, wanted, strong wizard or wizards to defeat demon terrorizing our town. Reward, 750,000 jewels, dunno if that is how much an A-class job worth, but I am making it in this story, Naruto told Myra, reading off the job. I see, so why did you tell master this was the perfect job for you? Myra asked Naruto curiously. Well, I might as tell you since I will probably have to use some of my magic during my fight with Urza. Naruto told Myra, making her perk up in interest. One of my magic is called Sky Devil Slayer magic. Naruto told her, making her blink in surprise. Devil Slayer magic? Myra asked in surprise, never hearing about this magic before. Yet it is a magic especially good for defeating demons. Naruto declared, making Myra smile. I guess this would be your perfect job then. Myra mused as Naruto grinned. By the way, thank you for telling this, Naruto-kun, I appreciate it. Myra said softly as she leaned in and stroked one of Naruto's cheeks with her soft warm hand. Naruto's face turned scarlet as he stuttered while Myra smiled happily. The tailed beasts inside of him roared in laughter while Matatabi purred her approval of Myra. After this moment was over, Myra went back to her seat right next to Naruto while they simply enjoyed each other's presence for the next several hours. At one point a 20-year-old man happened to walk by and instantly recognized Myra Jane Strauss Fairy Tales pinup model and eagerly walked over to their private booth. Myra-chan. The man said in awe, making Myra silently cringe as he made no effort to hide his eyes wandering down her red dress. This made Naruto frown, which was ignored as the man's entire attention was on the white-haired model. You might have heard this a million times, but I am your biggest fan. I have read every one of your interviews for Sorcerer Weekly. The man blatantly said, trying to flirt with Myra as his eyes kept alternating between Myra's face and cleavage. Oh really? I have heard it a few times. I am flattered. Myra said with a nervous laugh as she thought, interviews my ass. You only seen me for my bikini spreads, you damn pervert, in a chibi angry version of herself in her mind. Naruto growled softly as his new friend was being ogled like a piece of meat. He knew she probably got this a lot and was used to it, but still he felt anger at the creep for taking advantage of Myra-chan's nice nature. May I be so bold to ask for your paragraph, lovely Myra-chan? The man said with a massive perverted smile as Myra sighed and nodded, lifting her hand up for a pen and paper. Much to her surprise and Naruto's anger, he instead grabbed her hand with his and attempted to lay a kiss on it. Oh, this man is going to die now. He is trying to make a move like that on me while Naruto-kun is watching. Myra thought in anger as she got ready to punch the man through the wall. However, before anything could happen, Naruto vanished and appeared right between them with his hand jolting the man's hands away from Myra's. He then pushed the man into the door of the cabin with a menacing glare. Look, I would appreciate if you didn't flirt with my friend like that, Naruto said with a dark glare as the man glared right back, not knowing who Naruto was. Look here, kid. Go home before you get hurt. I don't know who you are, but this is between me and Myra-chan, the man said arrogantly, ignoring the growl from Myra Jane. Cause next time I will break your wrist if you touch Myra-chan like that again, Naruto warned as he released a very small portion of his magic. This actually got Myra rather pleased, seeing Naruto defend her while the man crapped his pants. The man apologized and ran for his life out of the cabin the instant he was released. Myra Jane giggled and said, Naruto-kun, I had it handled. You didn't need to intervene. Just as Naruto was about to apologize, Myra smiled a warm, beautiful smile. She then said softly and with affection, but thank you anyways. I get this a lot, but usually the men are not blatant enough to do anything besides try to take a peek or make lewd comments, so you thank you. This smile alone was enough to make it well for Naruto. He remembered how he thought Myra Jane was one of the most beautiful, if not beautiful, women he met, and with this smile she looked a lot prettier. He was even more pleased when she threw her arms around her neck, burying her face into his shoulder in a tight hug. This feels right. Myra thought happily as she sighed, feeling Naruto's strong arms wrap around her smaller frame. Myra-chan smells so nice. Naruto thought to himself as her hair was in his face and smelled her sweet vanilla scent flow right into his nose. Kids got it bad. Kurama said inside his seal as the other tailed beasts yelled their approval. I hope she is Naruto-kun's first mate. Matatabi claimed, thinking Naruto would probably have at least a few girlfriends in his time in Earthland. This sweet moment went on for a few minutes until the announcement, "Next stop West City," came from the speakers. They reluctantly pulled apart with slight blushes but smiles on both their faces. They excited the train with their luggage. West City was a relatively large city a few hours away from Magnolia Town. It was mostly full of civilians who traded their technology with the rest of Fiori as they used capsules from turning things into portable carry-ons instead of magic. This is not a Dragon Ball Z crossover, I just needed a town. A few minutes after arriving they found the mayor, who was frazzled but grateful when both of them greeted him. Thank goodness we got help so soon. Now who are you and how powerful are you both? The mayor asked urgently. I am Myra Jane Strauss from Fairy Tail and I am an S-class wizard. Myra declared, smiling when he nodded and did not try to look her over. My name is Naruto Uzumaki and I just joined Fairy Tail, but I am also an S-class wizard. Naruto said with a grin as the mayor looked thoughtful before shrugging. We are desperate and we will take any help we can get. The major said, pacing back and forth. What can you tell us about the demon terrorizing your city? Myra asked professionally, putting her hands in front of her as Naruto listened intently. Of course. A few days ago, a green creature appeared in the mountain outside our town, and when our scouts disappeared, we started attacking it with guns, missiles, and snipers, but nothing worked. Don't know if these weapons exist in the FT universe, but they do, at least in this OC city, the mayor said with a sigh as he continued. Then people started disappearing en masse with nothing but their clothes behind. The mayor said grimly as both wizards' eyes widened. Yet I believe it somehow eat the people whole or somehow disintegrates just their flesh. Please destroy the demon. It has already killed about 10,000 of our citizens, and if something doesn't stop it will destroy us all. The mayor pleaded on his knees. Don't worry, we will beat this demon for you and restore the town back to normal. Naruto declared, getting a grateful nod from the mayor and warm smile from Myra Jane. Can you tell us where the demon was sighted last? Myra asked, but before the mayor could answer, Naruto beat him to the punch. It is about 5 kilometers outside the city, waiting to pounce. Naruto noted while Myra and the mayor looked at him in amazement. Naruto-kun, how can you sense it? I mean, I can't sense anything around here. Myra whispered to Naruto, who smirked. Remember, I slay demons so I can sense the even if they try to hide their magic power. Naruto whispered back as they exited the house. So, what's the game plan, Naruto-kun? Myra asked Naruto as they walked in the direction where the demon was hiding. Simple, Myra-chan, you sit back and relax while I show you why my magic works in demons so well. Naruto said with a grin. Myra wanted to argue, but she felt she could trust Naruto, so she just nodded. After a few minutes they arrived where the demon popped out of the ground with a surprised look on its face. The demon in question looked like an insect-like humanoid creature. It had mostly green skin with patches of orange, black and different shades of green in certain areas. It stood on 2 feet with a large beetle-like wings on its back. It had a long green tail with a gray needle-like stinger at the end coming from its behind. It had 2 toes on each foot, an orange beak-like mouth. For its head it had 2 sections on its head going in a V-like formation. Imperfect Cell from Dragon Ball Z. I see. 2 wizards, how delightful. You might be more fun than those pesky humans I had to face in the last couple of days. Truth be told, I only appear when I am ready to hunt, but it's so much more fun when the humans scurry in fear, not knowing when I will strike. It crackled as it swung its tail back and forth. Both Myra and Naruto looked at it with disgust as Naruto asked it, what are you and what did you do to the people here? Cell looked amused at the questions and decided to answer. I am a demon created by the dark wizard Zeref and I am called Cell. Cella declared proudly as both wizards narrowed their eyes at the information. For those humans, let's just say they tasted rather tasty and leave it at that. Cell told them with a hungry smile. You ate them? Myra asked in horror as Naruto visibly restrained himself from attacking the monster just yet. What else do you think this tail is for? Cell mocked rhetorically. It makes digesting you humans so much easier when you are nothing but paste. Besides, what other purpose do humans have besides being tools or food for us demons? Your species' lives may be 100 years if you're lucky, while us demons can live forever. Cell crackled as Myra looked disgusted at the vile creature. Demon, I am going to kill you and stop you from hurting anyone else. Naruto declared, stepping forward as Cell scoffed. You, a human, will defeat me? I am a demon and you just a lowly human. Cell declared as it licked its lips. Now to see what a wizard tastes like. Cell yelled as it vanished and rushed Naruto, trying to punch his skull in. So fast. Myra thought as she tried to yell out a warning for Naruto. Only to see to her and Cell shock Naruto causally move his neck to the side, completely avoiding Cell's punch with a bored look. Is that all you got, demon? Naruto taunted with a smirk as Cell growled. Cell sent a rapid barrage of punches, kicks, and even sending its tail forward to jab Naruto, only for Naruto to casually avoid each blow with no problem. This demon appears to be A class or higher, and yet Naruto-kun is dodging all its attack without trying. Maybe the rumors aren't wrong about his strength. Myra thought, analyzing the fight. Time to test out how this magic does against real demons. Naruto thought to himself, tired of the cat and mouse. He summoned magic in his hand as Cell leapt back. Sky Devil Slayer push! Naruto shouted as he punched the air and a blue wall of wind flew towards Cell. Cell growled as it summoned yellow demon magic, intending to overpower the blue wind, and pushed it forward. To its shock, the blue wind went through its own magic and caused an explosion on impact. Myra held her dress down, not wanting to flash Naruto, as massive wind picked up from the explosion as Naruto looked passively. The wind cleared as Cell panted, having lost its right side of its body from the impact. I guess it's just about over, demon. Naruto said with a sigh, gathering magic power again in his hand, intending to finish the fight off once and for all. Much to his and Myra's shock, with a shout, Cell body grew new parts to replace the destroyed parts, with liquid dripping from the replaced parts. Imagine Cell regenerating in Dragon Ball Z canon. Shocked humans. I can heal any amount of damage and never die. I am the perfect being, unlike you lowly humans. Cell declared with a smirk as Naruto narrowed his eyes. It seems like regeneration and the ability to consume other beings for more power is the power bestowed on this demon by Zeref. Naruto mused, remembering his conversation with Mavis about Zeref wanting to die. Naruto ducked underneath Cell's tail and punched Cell with Devil Slayer magic, sending it flying with a giant hole in its stomach. However, it got up slowly as the hole slowly healed. I need something a bit more powerful to finish it off. Naruto thought as he gathered magic in his hand again. You will never win, human, and when you are tired, I will consume you and your friend. Cell gasped as Naruto growled. Naruto vanished and appeared right in front of Cell with a blue ball in his hand. Sky Devil Slayer Raise Nan! Naruto yelled as he pushed the small ball of doom into Cell and vanished back to Mira's side. A massive explosion as Naruto shielded Myra with his body erupted as Cell's scream of pain got quieter until the cloud vanished. All that was left of Cell was its head that was disinteresting. It cannot be. Me, Cell, a perfect creation of Zeref, beaten by a mere human. Impossible. It yelled as body refused to regenerate due to the damage and, unbeknownst to it, Naruto use of chakra. The Sky Devil Slayer Raise Nan used both magic and chakra in its creation to increase its power and damage even more. In mere moments all that was left of the was dust, which dissipated into the wind as Myra cheered and beamed at Naruto. You were amazing, Naruto-kun. Myra praised as Naruto rubbed his cheek in nervousness. It was nothing. Naruto tried to claim modestly while the tailed beast grinned at their host modest nature. They went back to the mayor house with the good news, and Naruto was raised as a hero, much to Myra's job and Naruto's embarrassment. The reward was doubled due to the prompt actions of Naruto, the lack of collateral damage, and sheer gratitude for Naruto saving the rest of their lives. Naruto tried to refuse the double reward, but the mayor's young daughter asked her big brother to take it, and he couldn't say no to the 6-year-old child, much to Myra's amusement. The town was so grateful they even offered a fancy hotel room for 2 nights and access to their hot springs before Naruto and Myra could leave. Once again, he tried to refuse politely, but Myra's puppy dog eyes made him relent. For the reward, Naruto wanted to split his 50/50ths, 750,000 jewels each, but Myra refused, only taking 300,000 as she did not fight and was essentially just a guide. Naruto tried to protest, but Myra's sweet smile made him relent, making the tailed beasts call him whipped, much to his annoyance. The major had sent a letter praising Naruto's effort to Fairy Tail, so Makarov demanded he stay there with Myra for another day while they waited for Urza's return back in the guild. That night Myra asked Naruto a question: "Would you like to join me in the private mixed hot springs?" she asked with a smile. "Join you? Won't that mean you will be naked?" Naruto sputtered as images of Myra model-like body assaulted his mind. "Yes. Most people are naked in hot springs, will that be a problem?" Myra asked with an innocent head tilt as Naruto felt blood leak from his nose. "I mean, I just don't think I could be comfortable knowing you are that close without clothes." Naruto murmured, reining in his perverted nature as he didn't want to be called a pervert by Myra. Myra blinked in surprise, as she knew about 80% of all males in Fiori would jump and beg for an opportunity like this, not that she would let them, but was touched as how considerate Naruto was, even though he clearly thought was attractive. "Alright Naruto-kun, you can wear some swim shorts and I will wear something so you can share a bath together without making it weird for you, okay?" Myra asked him sweetly as Naruto looked surprised and nodded. "Weird for me? It should be weird for you. Having a naked boy next your naked body and not expecting to be jumped into the water," Naruto thought as he brought some swim trunks from a swim shop in preparation for the night. Later that night Naruto got into the warm hot springs, sighing when the water relaxed his tired muscles. "I always did enjoy hot springs even when I was in Konoha. Too bad pervy Sage used them mostly for his research," Naruto thought fondly. Warning, fan service begins. "Naruto-kun, I am coming in now," Mira's voice said from the doorway as Naruto turned around and felt his jaw drop to the floor as he took in Myra's appearance. Gone was her tight but covering red dress that clung to her body, and now she wore an incredibly skimpy bikini and blue sandals and nothing else. He could see almost all of Myra's beautiful pale skin, and her bikini only hid her private parts. Her top was nothing more than a blue cloth that was linked together by a golden ring in the middle. It covered the lower part of her huge breasts and nipples but left a tantalizing amount of cleavage he felt he could look at all day. He briefly looked down, her entire midriff exposed due to the two-piece bikini showing off her curvy hips and toned stomach. Then her bottom was a blue drape tied together on her right hip that ended at her upper thigh, protecting her maidenhood from sight but exposed everything else. It made her hips and waist look even more sexy, and her legs went on for miles. He knew Myra was shorter than most of the guild members, but in pure view he swore her slim legs went on for miles. He also noticed her guild mark on her thigh and how her thighs looked so good on her frame. He felt the urge to touch it and her other thigh as well. As Naruto could not help but look Myra over, Myra giggled in excitement. She was pleased Naruto was eyeing her up, as that meant she was attractive in her eyes and not sisterly love type. "I am glad you like this little setup. Does it look good on me?" Myra asked as she did a quick spin as Naruto's eyes wandered to her backside, watching her hips move. "Look good. You look like the best woman ever," Naruto blurted out, making Myra blush. "Thank you Naruto-kun. Usually when I pose for Sorcerer Weekly the photographers are too professional to tell me their opinion, and it is always nice to look good," Myra told him as she put a hand on her hip, tilted her body slightly and put her arms underneath her breasts. This had the intentional effect of striking a sexy pose and making her large breasts even larger. After a minute of Naruto dazed look, She decided she teased enough, so she walked into the hot spring and went in sighing in relief, just a mere foot from Naruto. Naruto gulped as he could feel heat rush into his face from the close proximity and resisted getting a nosebleed from the extremely attractive model next to his mostly naked body. As Naruto was trying not to get too excited, Myra lips her lips as she took in his muscular form. She had felt it briefly when they hugged, but to see it up close made her feel rather warm inside. Myra tilted her head in confusion when Naruto tried looking away from her until she realized he thought if he looked at her in this state, he would be a pervert. Naruto-kun, you can look. If I was not comfortable with you looking at me like this, I would have told you by now. Myra told him calmly as he went back to looking at her face. Besides, I suggested us being naked before, so being in swimwear should totally be okay. Myra teased as Naruto's face went red at the thought of being naked in a hot spring with Myra. Naruto tried opening his mouth but literally could not get over how attractive Myra was, especially in this setting, as Myra giggled. Maybe we should share a bedclothes so we can get better acquainted? Myra asked suggestively as she winked at him. Naruto nosebleed briefly before his healing factor quickly healed the damage, but she still saw the blood. Just kidding, Naruto-kun. We have separate beds in one room. Myra assured him. Naruto sighed in relief and slight disappointment as he felt a small part of him wanted to have no choice but sleep next to Myra if there was only one bed available. The more rational part of him realized if he slept next to Myra, he might not be able to control his urges and desires for the model who was a dear friend to him. Myra shocked him again when she walked next to him and laid her head into his shoulder and making her covered breasts squish against his arm. He found the new position rather enjoyable as she whispered, "Thank you for everything, Naruto-kun. Good night." As she laid there for a few minutes as he enjoyed her body next to his while she enjoyed his naked wet muscles. She left the hot springs afterward and swung her hips as she walked away, knowing his eyes were following her from behind. She picked up a towel and put it on, which instantly clung with her naked body and made her look nearly as good as it only covered the lower part of her thighs and the lower part of her breasts. It left plenty of cleavage and legs to ogle as she walked away back to their shared room. Fans arrive over, mostly. Naruto quickly changed into his PJs in the hot spring changing room, wanting to avoid any more embarrassing situations with Myra, and he entered the room. Much to his surprise and secret pleasure, she was still in her towel, just casually drying her hair with another one. "Myra-chan, are you going to sleep in that?" Naruto yelped as Myra gave him an amused look. "Of course not. Naruto-kun, there is no sense you leaving the room just because I am in it. Feel free to stay while I change, okay?" Myra told him with a smile as she started to undo the knot on her towel covering her body. Naruto felt an eager part of wanting to watch Myra change in front of him, but the part of him who was chivalrous quickly took over as he ran out of the room. Too easy. Myra mused as she began to get undressed and redressed for real. Outside the room, Naruto's heart began hammering as he tried to control his breathing. "Kid, you missed your chance back there. She clearly wants you to make her yours." Kurama growled and laughed as the tailed beasts laughed inside his head. "Shut up. Myra-chan is not that kind of woman." Naruto yelled back at his tailed beasts, much to their shock. "Naruto-kun, are you alright? We just joking, of course. If you do not feel that way towards Myra-jane, we won't force anything on you. It is not just about appearance, it is about personality as well," Matatabi said in a soothing tone of voice. Ever since she got sealed inside Naruto, she had a maternal role in Naruto's life. Kurama chalked it up being inside a female Jinhyuki Yujito nii for over 20 years before death. Kurama declared itself as having no gender, but it acted male as noticed by its fellow tailed beasts. "Sorry, I yelled at everybody." Naruto apologized when he realized they only had his best interests at heart. "It's just I don't know how I feel towards Myra-chan. It is completely different to anything I felt before. She is so nice and pretty and wonderful, and yet I don't know how she feels about me. I don't want to rush into anything and have her hate me for being pushy." Naruto admitted, with the tailed beast smiling at him for opening up. "Naruto-kun, I am changed. Myra's soft voice said through the door. Naruto opened the door and much to his relief she was in plain pink pajamas which made her look normal compared to her sexy outfits but still good looking. Good night, we gotta take a train tomorrow by noon to get home. Myra reminded him with a gently smile as he climbed into his own bed. Good night, Myra-chan. Naruto said simply as he fell asleep thinking about his complicated feelings towards Myra-Jane. The next morning, they both acted like the night in the hot springs did not happen and then they said goodbye to the town people. They boarded the train to Magnolia and sat in another private booth with a lock this time, as Naruto did not want another pervert to hit on Myra on the ride home. Naruto and Myra sat next to each other in silence before Naruto felt a warm pressure on his shoulder. He looked surprised when it was Myra-Jane asleep on his shoulder with a peaceful and happy expression on her face. He smiled and just enjoyed her presence as he pulled her closer. Beautiful is all he said as she stared at her sleeping face for the next several hours. I guess he just needs time to decide for himself, Kurama declared as they could sense Naruto's serene emotions